gives you peace of mind does not work with your life focus. How do you do it? How can you have peace of mind when the person is not helping you towards your life focus? I think there's a disalignment here. So if somebody wants to give you, the first thing is when you say you have peace of mind, that means every ramification of your life is balanced. So if you are with somebody that gives you peace of mind but does not work with your life focus, that is incomplete. Peace of mind comes with rest on every side. So if there's still lapses somewhere, then you don't actually have total peace of mind. Alright, so if you can't, what you need to do is to talk about it, address it, discuss about it. But if he or she is not ready or willing to adapt, then you have to take a walk. Because this is about your life focus and your life ambition. Praise God. Alright, number 2, say, what do you do when the wrong person loves you right? This question is like, I think in literature we call it difficult speech, oxymoron, whereby you have good and when the good and the bad, they go together. What do you do when the wrong person loves you right? I'm still trying to balance it. What do you do when the wrong person loves you right? You already know the person is wrong and is loving you right. Then there is an end product waiting for you. Then you have to be careful. If not, nemesis will catch up with you. Now let me give an instance on this. You know you will not marry the person, yet you are collecting money. He's giving you, he's showering you love, he's showing you some certain things. Take for instance, some people say, actually I don't love you, but I need to spend. Okay? He brings a very good bag to you, sir. The bag, well, let me just accept it, but it's not my type. Then he gives you another shoe to match. Say, let me just accept it, at least the shoe goes with the bag. Okay, but it's still not my type. Then he gives you Brazilian hair, or he buys you portraits. And you say, well, I think I'll still manage it, it's still not my type. Now, the wrong person, you know you are not willing to, but you are still with this person. And he's loving you right. But check the motive. For every action, there is always a reaction. You must check the motive. So, what do you do when the wrong person loves you right? Please, if the person is wrong, please leave. It's hard to say, but that's just the simple truth. That is just the simple truth. Because loving the wrong person and your heart is not with the person, but your pocket is with the person, then you are deceiving yourself. We have many people today who are fall prey. Okay, when your heart is with the person, when your heart is not with the person, but your pocket is with the person, then you are deceiving yourself. So the person is not sincere, he's just after what you get. That's the truth. I hope you are clear. Okay. Alright, let's proceed for today's discussion. The theme, I'll be speaking on the theme sex and sense. Sex and sense. I want us to open our Bibles in the book of James, chapter 1. I'll read from verse 14 to 15. Or James chapter 1, I'll start from verse 5. James chapter 1, I'll start from verse 5.
If any man lack wisdom, let him ask of God, and give it to all men liberally, and upbraid not, and he shall bring them that shall bring him. But let him ask in faith, not wavering from him. But they that wave is like the wave of the sea, driven into the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he will receive anything of the Lord. Okay. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Thank you. Hallelujah. I hope we got that. The point I want to bring there is if any man lacks wisdom, let him what? I want our Bibles.
Yeah.
If any man lack wisdom, let him do what? Let him ask. Let him ask of God, that he giveth it to all men liberally and uprightly. Now we live in a generation whereby people don't go for wisdom. What they go for is for their pleasure, not for wisdom. What they go for is for self-gratification. What they go for is for self-pleasure, but not for wisdom. Sex and sense. When you hear somebody say this person has sense, what is he really saying is that this person has wisdom. When you see somebody saying that this person does not have sense, what this person is saying is that this person lacks wisdom. So if anybody lack wisdom, the Bible says, let him ask of God. That's the first criteria. How can you be in a relationship that the partner is mostly concerned about sex and is not concerned about your future? Then you lack wisdom. There are many toxic relationships today. People are becoming vulnerable to what is happening to them, all because they are not sensitive to what is in front of them. When you understand that destiny is before you, there are some certain things you will not take for granted. There are some certain things you will not take because you just feel like you want to take it. No, there are some certain things you will not take. Now let's go to verse 14 of that same chapter. James chapter 1, I'll read verse 14. He said, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. When he is drawn away of his own lust. So you discover that it is not because you are, some people are saying that, man, I'm too smart, I can't fall. May not be me, I'm a strong man. Not in the aspect of sex. I hope you understand what I'm saying. There's nobody that's a superman in that aspect. That is why when it happened to Joseph, the Bible said that he fled. He didn't pray. He fled. And it's even more riskier when you are trying to say, okay, you want to be the person to follow a single brother, want to follow a single sister up, and he's going to check her at all. Only she and himself. It's more risky. So the Bible says that it is when you are drawn to your own lust. You might discover that actually it's not because you love the person, it's because of the lust that is attached. So many people say they love someone, is a lie. What actually happens is that there is a lust. So the Bible says that if you are drawn away and you become enticed, then it becomes an issue. Verse 15. He said, then when lust has conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. When I was reading this particular scripture, I was saying to myself, I wish people understand the gravity of what they take with levity. Let me even ask you, and I want you to be sincere. When it comes to destiny, what is the most prioritized thing in your life when it comes to destiny? When it comes to fulfilling destiny, what is more predominant for you? Because until you answer that question, then you will know where to put yourself. Because we are having a case study here, and I'm going to be taking Samson as a case study, reading from Judges. Because I think we've heard the story before, and I'm just going to peruse around it, then we'll proceed with it. Don't toy with your destiny, otherwise you will lose it. The story of Samson. Before the birth of Samson, God has predetermined and predestined him to become a peculiar person. His coming was to deliver the Israelites from the hands of the Philistines, who had terrorized the people of God. If you read the book of Judges chapter 13, from verse 5. So Samson was already predestined to come and deliver the people of Israel out of the hands of the Philistines. And that is how we are today. Every one of us born today, we have a specific assignment that we are to fulfill here on planet Earth. And so if you have not taken cognizance of it, then you begin to gallivant everywhere, forgetting the fact that you have a destiny to fulfill. So Samson had a particular thing or assignment that he's supposed to do, but at a point in his destiny, that particular plan was truncated. because of sin. With time, Samson went out to strange women, harlots, and he was succeeding with it. If you read the book of Judges chapter 14 verse 8, the Bible says that Samson went with strange women. He went with harlots. In other words, he was going about sleeping with these women, but none of them, had this intention to bring him down. None of them had this intention to pull him out from the ways that God has already assigned for him. But it came to a point where he continued in this particular folly until he met his end. Sometimes we are doing some certain things and we are saying God is faithful. The grace of God is there. But forgetting to know that shall we continue in sin that the grace of God abound? Is it possible? What did the Bible say? God forbid. Many people are toying with their destiny. Many people are misusing the opportunity God has given to them, forgetting to know that lives are at stake. I told somebody one time, I said, when you have this caution that destinies are tied to your destiny, you will stop playing and you will pay attention to life. When you have this understanding, the reason why you take your life casual is because you think you yourself are casual. The reason why you don't give priority to your destiny is because you have not gotten a revelation of who you are. You are a Christian, but there's more to you. You are a student, there's more to be a student. You are going to your place of work, there's more to you than that place of work. Your profession is not really who you are. You are only there occupying that space to fulfill a particular task at time. But there's more to who you are. There's more. That's why you see most times when some people tell you, I can't do this, you say they don't form again. No, it's not forming. They already know who they are. And so, Samson, you have a particular assignment to deliver the Israelites. What connection does a destiny, let's say destiny helper, or what connection is somebody who wants to rescue a nation has with an harlot? Let me break it down. You have been told that you are the one that wants to deliver people in Nigeria. You are the one they told you. You have this specific assignment that, listen, in the city of Ajibile, you are the one that has been assigned to deliver the young men and young women from the hands of, this evil penetration that is going on. They told you specifically, and you know that you are the one. Now, you not let what they told you. You start going from one channel to the other. Giving that assignment. Now, that is just one community. Then imagine the nation of Israel, one man. The death of Samson was announced by an angel, not a mortal man. But yet, he lived his life as if there was no relevance. There are many people today who are living on the surface of the earth. They are just existing, they are no longer living. You see them moving about. Clothes they cover many things. Telling you the truth. There are some people, they are already gone. It will only take the grace of God to restore them back. The grace of God. Why will a man give you 500,000 naira and remove your womb? That is to produce testimony. I say, I don't have 500k. And the man, he gives you 500k, but what is taken from you? 50 million naira will not exploit it. But these are the things we see and we sing. My helper, oh. I come and say, hallelujah, I have a testimony. Yesterday there was this money I was expecting, and God used somebody to do it for me. In fact, that man is my destiny. He has collected the rule. And so you get married and you start going to church from one church to another, giving pastors prayer points, giving them sleepless nights, and your innocent husband is wondering, how come that enter into this mess? As a young man, you are not stable. You are neither yet fat. You are telling yourself I'm a Superman. I smart. As smart as you are wanting everywhere. You that is supposed to be the one to tell people to sit down, you are not the one that is moving up and down. Where is the wisdom there? By the time you now come back, your life is in shambles. I heard of a young man in this Ajebile who goes from one particular challenge to another, and he went to combat this disease. Innocently, among his household, he began to spread it. Sharing the same towel with them, he was sharing everything with them virtually, and he contacted it, unknown to them. I'm talking about a young man in Nigeria here. And guess what? If this boy dress, you will not know. You are looking at him as a complete human being, but you know that this one is wasted. And by the time he goes out and start, and he still today he's thinking about distributing it to innocent girls, all in the name of money, sense, and sex. Samson did not know that what God deposited inside of him is not to be wasted. Let me say this quickly. Samson, Delilah, in Judges chapter 16, verse 4, Samson went down into the city and he met Delilah. The name of Delilah is delicate. Delilah, it means, her name means delicate. Her name means there's another word, it means bring low. One of the meaning of her name, it means bring low. Samson means sun. Do you see when the sun is bright? That's the meaning of Samson. Sun child, that's the meaning of Samson. So, when sun child met bring low, it became sunset. In other words, when you who is carrying the glory meet somebody that is about to quench the glory, then you've ended on the spot of death. Who won't die? Jump somebody who won't kill her. That's how it is. Falling in love with the container and not the content. Now we have this understanding that not all the haters are good. There are many people today who are falling in love with the container. Samson saw the light. The Bible says every time Samson goes out, the Bible says that he saw fair ladies. Every time it was fair women. He met the first fair woman, but that was not his target. He met another fair woman, that one was not actually after his own. Every woman he was meeting with, all of them, the Bible recommended that. The Bible recorded that they were fair women until he met Delilah. Now hear me. You might be doing what you are doing now and you are winning. Be careful because a trap is ahead waiting. That if it happens, you might not escape it. There are people that are moving with you today. They are not that, when you are moving with some people, you might not be after their money. Have you not seen people like that? They are not after your money, they are after your downfall. They are only waiting for you to tell them that secret. As they get that secret, forget it. Anybody that comes to you, that wants to help you, they bring your secret before them. And from that day, people begin to look at you as a non-entity. Why? Because you have sold yourself out. Samson did not know that Delilah was positioned to expose him. Samson did not remember. The Bible said that the Lord of the Philistines, do you know who Philistines do here? The Bible said that the Lord of the Philistines, they looked at her and said, come, you are the one we are seeing this man. You understand his code, just come. And they gave her money. The Bible said all of them, they came and they gave her silver. Pieces of silver. As at that time, I don't know how many, if you convert it, I don't know how much it is now. But it was huge. And they told her, they said, we know that Samson comes to meet you. We want you to afflict him. That was the thing. Afflict him. Don't kill him physically. Don't shoot him. Don't cut his head. Just afflict him. And Samson met Delilah. And the Bible said that every time the woman asked him, what is the source of your strength? Until the day somebody understands the source of your strength, you know that you are just a vapor. And the Bible says that he slept on the lap of Delilah. When he slept on the lap of Delilah, he lost his vision. Jacob slept on a stone as a pillow. He got his vision. Samson slept on the lap of Delilah as a pillow. He lost his vision. The question is, what is your pillow? Where are you sleeping on?
Look off.
Where are you sleeping on? Today na Chiamaka, tomorrow na Shade, next tomorrow na Blessing. The other day, Emeka, Jumbo, only you. And they tell you say you are smart. I not me, I not fit stay with Ogbono. I need to test Egusi, I need to test Afam. So I not listen. I'm not a man. An African woman for that matter. Igwe, I actually for you. But understand, senior man, but destiny is at stake. And this was what happened to Samson. Let me say this quickly. When you go out with your spouse, what do you discuss? I could imagine what the Bible said that every time Delilah met Samson, he was telling him what is the source of. He was afflicting him every day. The target was, I want to bring you down. You are sure? Do you know who Samson was? The Bible said that with a jawbone of her ass, he killed 1,000 men. In the book of Judges, I think chapter 16, the Bible said from verse 1 to 3, Samson went into a city and met a woman. That woman was not his target. In fact, the woman did not target Samson straight. He went into the city, slept with the woman till the following morning, and the men of that city came and said, yeah, this man is there. And all the men came out in the night, said, let's stay at this gate. We will kill. Nothing make it to escape. Nothing. And the Bible says that the following morning he came. The whole men that were there, he lifted the two gates, put it on his shoulder, and he went up behind the mountain. It was this same man that one woman afflicted. And the Bible said that they blocked his sight. So when you see that some people are just moving, they are not fulfilling destiny, check where they have entered. Check who they are associated with. Check. There are some certain things that has gone wrong behind the scene. Check. So when you discuss with the person, what are you discussing? So when somebody is pressuring you every time, give me this thing. Why you know they like say you not be you don't understand. You are an adult. And you are an adult. Give me this thing. What did they do? You are the first person. Check it. There's a motive behind it. Don't be too carried away with the soup and trophy. Check. Check. Because your life is bigger than spinal flies. Yeah. Your destiny is too precious to be cheap. Hey, cheap. Each time I read Proverbs 6 verse 3, I wonder. The Bible says that by a nourishment that a man is brought to a piece of bread. A piece of bread, not the loaf, a piece. Your destiny, just imagine a piece. You leave the bakery, you leave warehouse. Now one piece of sliced bread. When a 20 years old is looking at a 45 years old man and is calling, Mike, come. Mike, let me call you. Come. Check, you don't see something. Your younger brother, your younger sister will open his mouth and say, Bros. And somebody is younger than her is calling you by your name. Check. You have lost it. There's a misalignment. Praise God. Delilah began to pressure him. When somebody begins to pressure you, check what it is. Now, sin is very, very powerful. Sin is more powerful than guns. And sin is deadly than arrows. It kills faster than the most sophisticated weapon. Sin. Let me say something about sex a bit. Sex is designed to be the joining of two persons. In other words, of two spirits and not of two bodies. So it's beyond. Now let me even say something in this regard. Marriage does not stop a married person from going out if the person has not tamed it before he gets married. When you are single and you are fornicating, when you get married, the status changed, but the sin is the same. But the name has now metamorphosed to adultery. From fornication to adultery. It's just a change of status. It's still the same sin. So pre-marital sex, extramarital sex, if you don't tame it, it can destroy you. Proverbs 25:28. He said, a city without a wall, that is a man without control, is like a city that is broken down and without walls. So when you say you lack self-control, you can't hold your body, then you can't see. In fact, anything under skirts, you cannot hold yourself. Be careful so you not rape your sister-in-law. Be careful. There are many people that because of this thing they have entered jail. They've entered. Somebody say sense.
Yes.
Somebody say sense.
Yes.
Premarital sex and extramarital sex is like a sellotape. The more you use it on different surfaces, the less it cannot hold anything together. The more you use it, it cannot hold anything together. That's why you check those people who every time they are just craving and craving. You tell that when they now get married, they're like, what do they have to say? Because all the Jews you already collected it, so now you are married. It's not like as if it's boring. It's not. It's because you are taking something you're not supposed to take in the first place. Tomorrow is Valentine. Many things are going to happen. So many things are going to happen. Many destinies are about to be truncated. Many covenants are about to be entered on the altar of pleasure. So if you have the opportunity to talk to them, to counsel them, please do. Some of them might be doing this out of ignorance. Some of them might be doing this out of coercion. Some of them might be doing this out of self-pity. Some because they don't have money. They just want to satisfy. Some of them just want to lay their back on the altar of pleasure. But the repercussion is deadly. So if you have a younger one or you know those, please tell them and encourage them. It's not because you are wicked, it's because you understand. So you that know, go and teach others. The downfall of Samson taught me 4 lessons. Number 1, he sold himself out. The Bible said when he was busy talking, every time he was saying, he would tell Delilah, okay, bind me together. And Delilah will bind him together. And it's okay, Philistines are coming. The Bible said that we shake himself, stand up, and we go after them, we destroy them. And Delilah said, you are not telling the truth. He sold himself. Some of us, we have opened our mouth and sold ourselves to our best friend in the name of besties. But unknown to you that one of them, they are targeting the day you will just fuck up. He just say, have you not seen when somebody is about to get a contract and they say, no, you can't give it to this person. Why? I have evidence. Come and see the video. That's it. You want to marry this person? No, you can't. A man came from abroad and his friend, he told his friend that, please, I want to come and surprise you guys in Nigeria. And they say, how? He said, man, I have a girl that I want to marry. For you guys need to come and see this thing. He did all the arrangements. Came from America to Nigeria to come and marry this girl. And he has told his friend, all of them, they came together, booked a particular location and said the guy should come. And the guy came. He told his friend, said, oh, he should come. All of them came. And when the guy arrived and the lady stepped in, the guy said, oh, lo and behold, this is the person I'm telling you. And all of his friends stood up saying, no, guy, what are you doing? You can't go with this lady. The guy said, why? He said, all of us standing here, all of us don't enter. All of us. 4 of them. 4. He came from America to surprise his friends. On the later end, his friends surprised him. So he sold himself. He sold himself. That's the first lesson. Be careful. Be careful. Because you might think what you are doing, nobody is watching. Somebody is watching somewhere. Number 2, the removal of the sign of the covenant, that is the 7 locks on his head. That was his strength. Every one of us, we have a secret. Check it out. Every person succeeding in business has something that is unique about them. They can tell you, hey, be nice to customer, but there's something they do behind the scene. Why will a customer, do you know that everything you do, there's a particular barber you prefer. There's a particular hairdresser you prefer. There's a particular fashion designer you prefer. But there are other people you have given your clothes to. Why do you prefer this one? There's a secret this person has. Every one of us has secret that is peculiar to us. So you must be careful of how you dish it out to somebody who is an ingrate. Otherwise, they will take it for granted and they will spoil it for you. The day a boy who serves his order knows the exact place, everything about the purse, one day will look at him and say, sir, either you free me today or I go on. Because he knows everything about the purse. Samson told Delilah the secret of his strength. He said, you know what? There are 7 locks on my hair. If you remove it, that was the secret. The first time I told them, bind my hands, bind my legs. But the woman was not targeted. But the day the woman discovered it. I said, okay, the Philistines are here. The Bible said, making the hair, the 7 locks left all his hair. He said, his strength left him. So he shook himself. He said, no, I will arise, shook himself, but it was gone. It's too late to cry when the head is off. So be careful of who you disclose certain things. How can somebody say, come, I just want to introduce you my guy, we will be getting married next month. And maybe you leave, he pass your back and start discussing with you. Spoil you, scandalize your image. And before you know what the man changes his mind. You think it's all done? So you are about to take a particular course, you are about to go to a school, or you want to invest in a business, and someone just come, maybe you just share their thought with the person, he kills it. Be careful. You don't need somebody. Sometimes it's not happens to you once. If it happens to you twice, it's time you are the fault. You are the cause. Be careful of who you tell your secrets. Number 3, she began to afflict him. Affliction. The Bible said that when it started, when they removed his sight, they took Samson to where they were climbing. Somebody who was at the pinnacle, who was delivering nations, who 1,000 men could not fight. He was in the pits, grinding without sight. When sin comes, it takes away your sight. So you let something like love is blind, but marriage will be your eyes. I don't see that. Say, no, I love this person. So even when he beats you, they say, no, maybe drink together as well. Tomorrow we don't drink. They say, but you are sick. Say, no, don't worry. When we marry, I will change him. When we marry, I will change her. You have seen the signs, but because you are blinded in your lust, not love. Because love will not hurt you. Love will help you bring out the virtues that you have. So when someone says, I love you, ask the person truly, do you love me? He said, no, I love you. Ask the motive of that particular love he's professing. Because some of them is just a loss. Some of them just want to see your beauty, see your nakedness, and after they are done with you, they leave you. How can you love somebody you rape the person? I say love the person. You love somebody you have never discussed your future or her future. Let's come to the table. What are your plans? What are your values? What is your spiritual life like? What do you want to achieve? What are your plans for this year? What do you want to become in life? Even if I don't have 100% of it now, how do we achieve it? You have never discussed anything concerning destiny. The only place to discuss with the person is come. There's something that is happening in this particular club. You will like it. There's this new clothes in town. There's this new hairstyle. There's this everything about you is too carnal. Everything about you is about today, only today. Come, let's go. This new trend, the pepper soup, the catfish, everything. Nothing like destiny. Nothing like destiny. If that person does not love you, because if he loves you or she loves you, they should bring out the best in you. Can you tell your spouse your weakness and they will not use it against you? Can you tell your spouse your weakness? Some people, the day they know your weakness, becomes a problem. In fact, that becomes the topic and the order of the day. Never engage in any discussion with a person who does not have depth. If the person does not have depth of understanding, don't discuss some certain issues with the person. Let me give an instance. You are in a relationship. Something happened to the previous relationship, and that relationship ended. Now you met somebody else. You have not studied the person. You start discussing what has happened in the previous relationship to this person. Do you know that some people don't have the capacity to withstand the fact that somebody else has slept with you? Some people are so jealous to that extent. So you tell this guy, forget this thing. Let me move on. Some people cannot. Meanwhile, some people still get married to prostitutes and say, oh, don't worry. She's telling them that, come, I'm a prostitute. Oh. Before I came to this point, now this hotel I stay. He said, as me, I know. That's why I said, I'm married. Now you are married. And meanwhile, someone will not know that this guy don't know this guy. Say, no, I will end this thing today. Maybe she will tell me, you start hearing different stories. Who is this person? Or you are going out to the guy and somebody call you. Who is this person? Let me see your phone. Insecurity. And you are still with that person. To make matter worse, that new person, last year, you said to me, this guy won't kill me. You are ending this relationship today. Don't engage with somebody who does not have depth. There are some discussion. Do you know that sometimes people discuss with somebody about your finance, how you are growing financially? He start planning for you. It's okay, next month I will ask her. If you not give that money, I'll pay you. So it's not a crime for me to tell you I have this amount of money in my bank account. It's not a crime for me to tell you, okay, I'm saving for this project. So if you ask me money and I say I don't have, but I have this money for this project, you become offended. So be careful of people you discuss on certain life issues with, because not everybody has the capacity to withstand your success, even to your friends. When you leave this level now and you keep rising, some of your friends will not, they'll be envious of you. You didn't do them anything. But you just see some kind jealousy don start. Why? Because God has elevated you. So be careful of those people that you move around with. And I'm going to conclude with this story. How we can apply. But let me say what happened to me. This one happens to me practically. I was still teaching the computer school, and that was over this over a decade. This is like about 13 years ago. And after teaching, I have this students. I teach in the evening session, in the computer school, and there was this particular student who was just intentional about me. She's a lady. I discovered it, and I knew if I'm not careful, something will go wrong. I'll be teaching them computer in school. This lady will come. Other students in my back row. She will just come. But all of them, she will carry her body, her chest, rest on my body. Mr. Moses. You don't understand. I'm going to testify. So if you're mine, please tell me I'm mine. Rest her body. So after you come, you go grab me. I'm a human being for crying out loud. Calm down. No, my boss said, calm down. So when students begin to notice it, so some of them took it upon themselves to stand. Say, "Oh, you don't do it." Where they go? Where you stay here? Say, "Money on I day." Today no go reach. Supposed to continue your teaching. So I saw it was intentional. One day I didn't know. Everybody don't off gen. As I go off gen, I came out and I was going. My guys were already downstairs. It was a 2-story building. My guys were downstairs. Inside the dark, I heard Mr. Moses. Hey, who is this? Or where are you? Where are you shouting for? In the dark. And it was not because they have different rooms. This one was not even the passage. Inside the room. Who you be? You not be mentioned. Mr. Moses. And I cannot lock him out the inside. Okay. I said, what's happened? Mr. Moses is coming. Then she mentioned again. Quickly. I said, okay. They are come. He said, no, I'm not coming yet to Mr. Moses. And then I said, they are wait. So I went there. She grabbed me. I said, good. I said, okay, you all wait. Just carry on. I said, wait. Then she left me down with I just went to the balcony. I come and say, come, guys, I'm gonna come up. After all, go that here, come, I'm gonna come. Fourth, I'm gonna come. So they climbed. Then they climbed. When she heard that they were coming, she stood up. Saying, go punish you. I'm telling you the truth. Life, saying, you know that person. I'm not waiting to do yourself. Okay, like, you're not in mind. Nobody. I beg, come on, she just dropped hand and she left. Guess what happened? 7 years later, I was invited to a program. See life story. I was invited to a program, and there was a particular lady. She was an usher. Now they said she was the one that would wait on me to attend to me during the progress of that, as in all the process of the program. And the lady was the one to wait on me, and I went. Lo and behold, this usher I saw, who is now born again, tongue speaking, was the same lady who was about to lure me. And she said, maybe she saw me and I saw her. There was this pause on her faces. And there was this flashback from my end. I said, what if I am on that day slept sleeping? What will I stand and preach on the altar and talk to people? She'll be the first witness to say, this man is a liar. She'll be the first person to testify against me. And guess what? Today, she's one of the best ushers in that church. She's the one even going out with the pastor, like waiting on men of God when they come for program. Sometimes you never can tell where God is taking you to. That's why you must be careful of what you are doing today. So that is where sense comes in. Sense comes in to give you order in your life. Sense comes in to organize your future. Sense comes in to tell you that this place you are is not your final bus stop. There are better days ahead of you. And until you get to that position, don't allow things of this world take you off guard. May God bless His word in your heart.